Hi guys, I'm here to do a quick foundation routine for you. I've gotten a lot of questions on what I do with my foundation and a lot has changed. I use generally 2 foundation routines. I use my black Opal Stick Foundation, which I actually will be using in a palette today. And then I use my Diorskin Nude Foundation from Dior, Christian Dior Cosmetics. And I have that foundation in a number 70 and I kind of mix it with the number 63 just to get a good gradient effect. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do all of my contouring and highlighting with my foundation from Black Opal. I usually do. Sometimes I will use a concealer or 2. I have not been consistent with my concealers recently, so I don't want to use one in the video right now. But the first thing that I do is use my Laura Geller Tinted Face Spackle, and that is in the color Bronze. Basically what I do is just apply it all over my face, my fingers, or a brush. Typically I use my fingers, not really a big deal. Unless you're like on the go and your hands aren't clean, then you will want to use a brush, just so you don't get a whole bunch of bacteria and stuff on your skin. I do go right over the eyelids, and I go outward and around the face. Okay. Alright, next what I'm going to do is use a little bit of the lighter shade in my Black Opal palette just as a concealer. Basically, it is going to conceal any darkness that I do have. This is more of a golden tone. I would say it's Heavenly Honey. I'm not totally sure because my name's rubbed off like ages ago. I'm not totally sure what colors are actually going on, but you'll just use a lighter shade depending on your skin tone. Okay, I'm going to use that same shade and go on the other side. And this time I'm just concealing. I'm not highlighting it right now, but I will in a few. Okay, I'm just using my ring finger, now my middle finger, just to blend it out a little bit. Okay, I'm also going to take that and go around my mouth. If you do have discoloration, sometimes it's better to use your finger because it kind of gets into the skin a little bit more, so that it blends out and looks really, really nice and even without looking like highlighted. Okay. I'm gonna take a little of that and go right around the nose, and this is actually a little lighter color right here. And it's got more of a salmon tint to it, so it's gonna help with any grayness around the nose. Okay. All right. So that's it so far. Now I'm going to go to one of the colors that are closer to my skin tone, right over here. I'm gonna say it's Truly Topaz. I'm not totally sure, like I said, or like Nutmeg. I think it may be Nutmeg. I'm gonna go around that area that I highlighted and down. Okay. Same thing to the other side. I'm using just like a regular foundation brush. It's a little bit fluffier than the typical flat brush, that's why I'm using it. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to a darker shade, and that shade is up here. These two. I'm going back and forth to both shades and just kind of blending it in to the skin to give a nice natural finish. I'm gonna do the forehead. Now I'm going to go ahead and highlight and contour with the same palette. The first color I'm going to use is this bright color at the bottom, and I'm going to put that right underneath my eyes to highlight, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose and forehead area. I'm going to take that foundation brush and just blend it out, keeping it around the edges. I'm not really going too far inward when I blend because I want that color to kind of stay that bright highlighted color. Okay, I take some down the bridge of my nose. And up into the forehead. Blend it out as well. Okay. A little on the top lip, a little on the chin. I'm going to contour. I'm using the same kind of brush. I actually have two of them. I'm using that same kind of brush, and I'm going to this darker color down here. And it does have more of a neutral tint to it. If it was my choice, I'd have more of a reddish brown because I do like to contour with reddish brown powder. But we're just going to use it anyway and blend it out. And you don't want to go too low because that will make your face look a lot more masculine. Okay, we're going to do the same thing to the other side, like in a half circle. You don't want to go too low. You'd rather be too high than too low, and almost come in and cup the cheek area. Okay, then I'm going to blend it out with that same foundation brush. Go into the hairline, blending upward more so, and then slightly blend that line out. You see how I cup the cheek area, so it really stands out a little bit more now. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do a tiny bit under the jawline. I usually don't contour my jaw too much. I'm just gonna do a tiny bit under the jawline. I'm going up into the ear. Okay, a little bit on the nose. You don't want to kill the nose. Just a little. Blend those out with the same brush. Carefully blend the nose so it doesn't look crazy. Just enough. Then I'll do the forehead also. And I like to do it as I go. A lot of people like to do all of it and then blend it all out. That's how you have those kind of pictures, those little Instagram pictures. But I like to do it as I go. I find that it gives a better effect when you kind of add on. As you blend one area, you add some more to one area. That's just my personal preference. Everyone has their own preferences. But for the most part, we're done with the cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that over here. Okay, next what I'm gonna do is take my setting powder. Okay, it's just a translucent setting powder. It's pressed. A little triangular sponge. You can use Beauty Blender if you like. And I'm gonna just set this concealer underneath. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit more, just to make sure that it's nice and flat before I press the powder in, and then go ahead and press the powder to set that concealer underneath the eyes. It's actually by Dior, which is kind of cool too. I love their setting powder. Set down the nose, set the forehead, above the lip, under the chin, then blend it out with a little brush. Okay. Alright. And I'm also going to set just around the cheek area and this area here. And you can use an actual foundation powder if you like, but just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to use a setting powder. Next, what I'm going to use is Blount by MAC, and I'm kind of new to using Blount by MAC, just because I've never given it a try until now, so I've used it a few times. I'm going to use this to contour, and I'm going to use that same brush since I've already set everything else. Go right into the cheekbone and blend up into the hairline just like you did with the cream. Okay? Underneath the cheek and up into the hairline. Blending all the way around. Okay, around the hairline. And then underneath the jaw. Okay, a little bit on the nose. Alright, then we're going to do a little blush. And I like to use Brown Millie by Dior. That's this here. It's kind of like a purple color blush. And I'm just going to go right on the cheeks. Like a mauvey purple. And there you go.